all of us are being influenced by the spirit of evil, if you're not aware of it, or the spirit of good. And most people don't love themselves enough to want to overcome evil. So they won't work on themselves. It's the same spirit as this from Fox News. A viral video shows a white man and a woman brutally attacked by a predominantly black crowd during a downtown Cincinnati, I think, brawl. The man was chased and stomped while the woman was knocked unconscious after intervening, reportedly following a verbal dispute. And what I'm about to show you is the same spirit. You are no better. When I say you, anyone who has anger has the same spirit and can do exactly what these people has been, according to this report, done to this man and this woman. Watch this from X. They knocked according to the report, they knocked the woman out. She was trying to help her husband. That spirit is the same spirit in every human being when you have anger. You're no better. These people who allegedly done this to these folks are pure evil. It's just evil. And they think those ideas to attack this man and this woman are their own ideas. And they rejoice. They laugh. They have nothing to do with those people, but they rejoice in the same way that evil people rejoice when they think that they're bringing misery upon other people. It's the same thing, no different. And you don't know that unless you're working on yourself, you don't know you're being influenced. You think those are your ideas, those evil blacks. They really think that they feel justified because they think white people did slavery, presented slavery, and white people deserve what they get. And they think that those ideas are their own. It's the same spirit that makes you feel shy or cause you to feel insecure or cause you to want to be like someone else rather than being yourself or cause you to be ambitious. It's just an ambitious person is a vicious person. An ambitious person think ambitious is their own idea and they got to drive to get what they want. And by any means necessary too. They'll drive their family crazy because they got to get what they want. It's the same spirit, but you're not aware of that because you're not aware of within. You're not seeing what's going on with you. The state lawmakers condone or condemn the brawl and the spectators. Watch this from WLWT.
New on WWT, viral video shows a fight break out in the middle of the street in downtown Cincinnati. And police chief, state leaders now releasing harsh words for those involved.
Councilmember Mark Jeffries said this fight happened at 3 a.m. today. A massive fight between more than a dozen people in the middle of the street. At 4th and Elm, just a block uphill from Paycor Stadium. Videos posted online show punches and kicks being thrown, continuing after a man is knocked to the ground. As the fight goes on, videos show a man punching a woman, knocking her unconscious. Chief Teresa Thigi called it a sudden dispute between individuals following a verbal altercation, saying, "I am in complete disgust waking up to the viral video many of you have now seen. The behavior displayed is nothing short of cruel and absolutely unacceptable." State lawmaker Cecil Thomas, who represents parts of Cincinnati, saying, "It's unacceptable under any standard, and those involved should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law." And the president of the union representing officers calling the violence disgusting, saying, "What's equally disgusting is those who chose to watch and record instead of calling 911, attempting to defuse the situation or render aid." Police have not announced any arrests yet.
And it's those people that pretend to be outraged and disgusted, they say, they don't care about that at all. Really. It just feels good to say they're outraged and they're this and they're that. And the reporters who are reporting on it, they feel nothing about it either. Just imagine had there been a white mob of people doing that to a black woman, a black man and a black woman. They would be calling it racism. They would be calling Trump MAGA people. They would call it, they would make sure you know it were white people. But it appeared to be mostly blacks doing it. They never mentioned the color. It's the same spirit, folks. You and I are being influenced. And until you start working on yourself to see the influence that's coming from you, you're never going to overcome it, because you can truly overcome if you want to. But you know, most people don't want to. They literally love their hair, and they don't even remember the inner world. And if you try to point them back to the inner world, they would think you're insane. They would think you're insane. What inner world? I'm my own ideas. I do what I want to do. I have a free will, they say. You simply cannot see and don't want to see, because if you wanted to see it, you would see it. One thing about the truth, anyone that wants to see it will see it. The truth will come when you invite it. It's not going to impose on you, though. It will let you stay dumb and stupid and angry and mentally ill. But when you want it and you invite it, truth, I am open. I'm tired of being the way that I am. I'm tired of living the way that I've been living. Help me. And the truth will come and help you. But most people don't want it. And you tell them all the time, you are not your thoughts. You're not your body. You're not your emotions. You got to die from that. That's that evil nature that all human beings have, and a few overcome. 888-7, but those people are evil. Why would they knock out and beat this man? I don't care what happened. Or there's like a mob of wild animals. They're in that animal nature. That's all they know. All they know is the human form, the animal nature. One other quick thing I want to show you, and this is all evil, folks. It's just pure evil. Human beings are evil. Human nature is evil. And because it's not being pointed out or talked about yet, you've been given excuses to be evil. You say, blame the white man because of slavery, or blame the Jew because he owned everything or more than you own, or whatever. And you're supporting evil within your own self. And you attack others, and you think the ideas are yours, and you get a thrill. And the thrill that you're getting is evil, because it's not even your thrill. And it feels like life, but you're dying. There's no different in a shy person than there is in a person who rob a bank or kill for money or whatever, steal from another person, try to get revenge on another, or there's no different than a man or a woman or a person, human beings who try to be like somebody else. You are a murderer. And you should not be trusted. It's amazing how blind you can be. A lot of people ask, well, why do black people act like this in public? Because of evil. They have no love. They only have hate. And they are being influenced. And then they have excuses for the influences or their reactions or actions because they have been told to have excuses. It's the white man's fault or somebody else's fault. Or you made me feel this way or you made me act this way. Not knowing that they are being influenced from evil, from within. Nobody can influence you or make you do anything that you don't want to. But you quickly blame others. Why do black people act this way? They say. From 19 News. Watch this. This is evil. Nothing but evil. Richmond Heights police use facial recognition to identify women who twerked on a cop car. Watch this.
Video is worth more than 1,000 words. Watch and you'll see exactly what I mean. This video was captured by a Richmond Heights police officer sitting in his vehicle back in June outside a popular hotspot in the Hilltop Plaza.
A group of females walked by the cruiser and then returned back around this way. One of them climbed up on the push bumper and began to dance on the push bumper. And then another 2 females came walking around the other way as well, climbed up on the side of the car. One was standing about right here, standing on and dancing on the hood. And then another one then climbed up on the wheel and then onto the hood of the cruiser as well. There's a small dent and a little crease here. You can see that we didn't decide to fix that at this point in time. And then there was a pretty significant scratch that was about probably from here to here.
So what do you think influenced them to do that? They think it was their own idea and they got up on it and they rejoiced. They got a thrill from it. That came from within and from evil. You have grown females getting up on top of a car and acting that way. That wasn't their idea. Now, do you believe me when I say that human beings are evil? And that's just an extreme example. But a human being that's shy or fear or worry or stress, it's the same thing. You need to get on the car and twerk, but you overreact to a situation in your own life, your personal life. What do you think made you overreact to that situation? And why would you want to overreact? You wouldn't make that decision yourself. They're doing that on the car, and they rejoice. Look how they're smiling and laughing and doing wicked things and have great joy about it. They're not even sorry or sad or anything about it. They may get caught and they may be sad they're caught, but they don't see what's driving them. Why do you think human beings are so mean and brutal toward one another? We're all created in the image of God, right? And look how God creation treat each other. And God said, love one another. And yet everybody hates. Police was able to identify the women using facial recognition software. Watch this.
With the help of the Northeast Ohio Regional Fusion Center, they were able to identify the women using facial recognition software called Clearview AI.
They also then do a little bit further investigation into social media accounts and other databases like that to try and further confirm the identity.
Remember, everything that gets put on social media is out there forever and may be used against you in a court of law.
The 3 ladies in question, 2 of you guys have been identified. There's warrants out for your arrest. You might as well come turn yourself in and get the ball rolling on your court case here.
Because it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. You're going to get picked up at some point.
Amazing. And when they are picked up, and if they're picked up, they're going to blame racism on that. You're just stopping me. You're just trying to punish me because I'm black and female in this case. They'll make up excuses. They won't say, you know what was I thinking? What was driving me to do this? What would make me get up on top of a police car and act like that in public? They won't ask themselves that. Instead, they're going to blame someone else for it. That's racist, police brutality. And and this is not just black people with evil. Every human being is not one that's not evil. And then those men and women who are starting to work on themselves now, and they're starting to see something else is driving them. It makes them think and feel and react and do the things they do. And they're starting to overcome, but most people won't. Most people don't care. And most people love their hell. Those women may not ever wake up because they love that thrill. And if they get away with it, the police don't punish them, it's going to get worse. Oh, and then some people wonder what's wrong with the blacks? The blacks seem to have it worse than any other race. That's because you've allowed the blacks to go completely out of control. You catered to them. You have not corrected them with perfect love. And you told them that they can be that way. And you've aided them in their excuses for failure in life. You agreed with them that somebody else held them back in life to the point that the black men and women think that white people are superior to them. They really do believe it. It's so bad that even in mommy Africa, according to this report, other black people don't want other black people to come to their town. Because black people are wicked. You have no idea. All people are evil, but you don't understand the depths of the wickedness of the blacks. Because the blacks have not, like they used to do in the good old days about other blacks, they would correct one another, rebuke, or whatever you want to call it. But that doesn't happen anymore. And the blacks are completely out of control. What a black would do to you ain't even funny. And it's so bad that in Africa, according to this report, other blacks don't want blacks moving there. Here's a video of a black American woman who shared that when she moved to Kenya, villagers told her they prefer white people instead. Watch this from our ex.
They loved having white Americans in their village. Now I done replaced them. And they are looking at me like, who, you? You that look like us? You're here to help us, to save us? What happened to the white people? And you bald, you ain't got no hair, and you childless, so you really not a woman. In their culture and at that time, you're not a full woman if you don't have children.
Even the black folk, according to this woman, Kenya said, we want white people. We don't want more black. What you doing here? We got enough problems in here. Where are the whites? Where are the white women? It's like that in America. It's like that in Europe. It's like that in China. It's like that in Israel. It's everywhere. Nobody wants the blacks around because the blacks have gone totally into darkness. And then there are some who are starting to wake up, though. They hear, well, you got to work on you. You got to forgive. You got to forgive. got to forgive. You're not going to get around it. And you've been lied to. All people have been lied to about anger. You, just think about that. You have been told that anger is just another human emotion, and it is, but an evil emotion, and it's totally destructive. But you've been told that it's okay. You have a little anger. Ain't nothing wrong with a little anger. There's trouble in the land. The human suffering, the human misery is mind-blowing to me. Really. And it's coming from within, and it's been influenced by evil. My producer's telling me that Black Americans are the most stuck up and entitled people in the world. Because everybody been going along with them and agreeing with them about their evil. Eli is out of Canada. Eli. Oh, by the way, folks, happy White History Month. This is the last week of White History Month. I think July ends on Thursday. July just feels white. Happy White History Month. And now you understand why we need white history? Eli, happy White History Month. You're on the air.
Happy White History Month.
Thank you, Eli.
Yeah. By the way, it's totally true. The thing about the whites. Well, it's not the reason I called, but the fact that you say that, it makes sense. I just want to call because yesterday I went to because usually I do stuff usually I do stuff on Sundays and yesterday I went to a black church, okay, and well, I grew up in these stuff, and I started listening to you, and it everything you say makes sense about the Holy Spirit speaking in tongue and stuff. And when I came to the church yesterday, it was so weird because people were like screaming and, they say stuff. I don't know what you think about it. I just want to know like what you think about like when people talk and these stuff they don't understand and they scream and, black churches and stuff. It was like a bad, I don't know, because I don't want to judge because, I'm not anybody to like say it's wrong or right was what went on the church yesterday, but it was so special. Let me say it that way. People were speaking in tongues, and there was so much noise. Like, what do you think about like speaking in tongues? Like, do you think it's true what they're doing, or because in my opinion, I don't want to say my opinion, but what I see, it looks so fake. People were falling on the floor and stuff.
What made you decide to go to a black church yesterday?
Well, because the thing is, it was my girlfriend's birthday, and she goes to that church. And usually Sundays, what I do is I give I'm a fitness instructor, so I give class when there's stuff. But I didn't have my class, and I was like, let me just go.
So you went there because of your girlfriend?
No. I just went there because
it was your girlfriend's birthday. That's why you went. What made you decide to go to a black church yesterday?
Because I wanted to. She invited me, but I didn't feel like obligated and stuff. It was like, are you down to come? I wasn't doing anything, so I was like, all right. It wasn't because of her.
What made you go to the black church? You said it because your girlfriend's birthday. Then you said because you wanted to. Then you said because you didn't have to work yesterday. But now you're saying, I don't know. What made you decide to go to a black church yesterday?
Because she invited me.
So your girlfriend did influence you to go?
Not really. Because if I didn't want to go, I wouldn't go. I didn't mind going. But she was like, because I usually on
what
Sundays.
Made you decide? Your girlfriend invited you. Is that what made you decide to go?
Yeah, I didn't mind. Like, if I didn't want to, I wouldn't go. It's not.
But what made you go? Was your girlfriend invited you?
Yeah, she invited me.
How come you act like you don't want to say that?
No,
Why you acting that way?
no,
Because
because
I
I don't.
asked what made you decide to go to a black church yesterday, and you said at first you said my girlfriend, it was her birthday, and then
Yeah.
you said because I just wanted to. Oh no, then you said because I didn't have to work, and then you said other
Mhm.
thing, and then you said, well, she didn't make me go. I wanted to go. Why was all that necessary to say rather than just say my girlfriend invited me and I went?
Yeah, I see what you. But
Why did
because
you do it that way?
saying that it was her birthday, but the way you said it, it's like, oh, she made me go. You know,
No, it was
she
a
didn't make
question.
me
I
go.
didn't. I asked what made you decide, and you went all around the block with it.
Oh yeah, true.
And
But
why did you
yeah,
do it that way?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. But it's because when you asked the question after, I thought like maybe I'm in my head because I thought you were how can you say that? I thought you were gonna say when you said because of her. I was like, no, it's
I
not
didn't say
because of her.
because of her. I asked what made you decide to go to a black church. I didn't say because of her. I asked
Oh, okay.
what made you decide,
Okay.
and
Well,
then you
it's
went from this to this to this to that. And so, why did you do that?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm not clear on the conversation. I don't know, but
You sound like those
it
people that were speaking in tongue at that black church.
no, but
Do you see the point? Though something made you go around the block. All I asked was, what made you decide to go to a black church yesterday? And you
yeah,
said
I was
first thing you said was my girlfriend's birthday.
yeah.
And then you went, oh, I didn't because I didn't have to work, or because of something else you said. And then you said she didn't make me go, and blah blah blah.
No, because you said you were influencing me to.
No, I asked
you said
what
you're
made
going
you
because
decide
of
to
her.
go. I asked what made you decide to go, but you don't know why you said all those different things about it.
Because I thought
But
I
that's
thought you were
not
gonna say
what
like,
you thought I said. Is not what I asked at all.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, just I'll do it precise, really, because she invited me. You know, it's real depth.
So
That's
what was
simple.
wrong with just saying that?
I don't know.
It wouldn't have brought any attention by you saying that. Some people invite people to go places.
Say what?
I said it's not uncommon for people to invite you to go to this place or that place, but it's like you went in your head about it for some reason.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, I'm personally not for that speaking in tongues stuff. It has nothing to do with God. It's pure evil. Eli, I gotta take a break. Thank you. Before I go to the phones, you know, everywhere I go now, really, I'm not making it up. Black people and others, white people and others, ask me, and sometimes they whisper, especially if they white, they'll whisper to me, "What's wrong with the blacks?" And I want to show you that it's not just happening in America. Everybody want to know what's wrong with the blacks. It's around the world. Around the world. For those who are just tuning in, I want to show you this video. Here's a video of a black American woman who shared that when she moved to Kenya, and there's some of you moving over there to be with your own people, and they don't want you there, according to her. When you move to Kenya, she moved to Kenya village, Kenya. And then the villagers told her they prefer white people instead. So this is not for me. Why is this from X?
They loved having white Americans in their village. Now I done replaced them, And they are looking at me like, who, you? You that look like us? You're here to help us, to save us? What happened to the white people? And you bald, you ain't got no hair, and you childless, so you really not a woman. In their culture and at that time, you're not a full woman if you don't have children.
They don't want her there. They want a white person. Remember when a woman's hair was a beauty? And now these women have decided, these females have decided to cut their hair and they have no beauty. They cut their beauty away. Nobody want no short, bald-headed woman. We want a woman with long, pretty hair. I remember when black women used to have beautiful hair growing up. But anyway, she said the blacks told her in that village, what are you doing here? We want white. You trying to replace us? You taking the place of the white people? I want to hear that one more time, Nick, from X. Watch this.
They loved having white Americans in their village. Now I done replaced them. And they are looking at me like, who, you? You that look like us? You're here to help us, to save us? What happened to the white people? And you bald, you ain't got no hair, and you childless, so you really not a woman. In their culture and at that time, you're not a full woman if you don't have children.
And you have no hair. Amazing, huh? I do want to tell you, though, as a witness, black people have not always been this way. I'm sure you'd have found some because of good and evil. You would have found, well, you had to because they wouldn't have joined the so-called civil rights movement had they been individual thinkers. But most black people used to be individual thinkers. And I want to know, ladies, can you relate to this woman, this female? Can you relate to this? From X, a woman says she wanted to get a divorce with her perfect husband. She wanted to get a divorce with her perfect husband because she can't be herself. Then immediately said she doesn't know who she is. Watch this from X.
I don't know if I'm going to actually post this because this is super vulnerable for me and I'm a pretty open person. But earlier this year, I told my husband I wanted a divorce. And this would probably shock a lot of my friends and my family because I hadn't told anybody. I walked myself through the logistics of where would I live, how would we split the time with the kids, who gets the dog, all of those things. I feel like I have been searching for something in my relationship that we don't have for the whole time we've been married, which has been 10 years. There is not a single thing about my husband in and of himself that I do not love. He is the most self-disciplined, loyal, hardworking, good person that you could meet on this planet. And that is the reason why I have not left. Our relationship and what my expectations are for my marriage and what they always have been are not met, right? The reason that pushed me to even bring up divorce was the fact that I feel like I can't be myself with my husband. And it's really confusing because I'm 32 years old. I am a mom of 3 and I still don't know who I am. So for me to be like, oh, I can't be myself or you don't love me for who I am isn't really fair because I don't know who I am. I'm figuring that out every day.
Amazing. That's every female on this planet. Everyone. And a marriage ain't going to solve that problem. It's not going to solve that problem. And a lot of people get married for a couple of reasons. It's natural that women do want to get married, have a family, but not in a crazy way, right? It's not to replace, thinking they will replace that emptiness. But a lot of women get married thinking that if they got married and had children, somehow or another they would be completed. And it's not going to solve the problem at all. Zero. Nothing outwardly will solve the emptiness that you have within. Nothing outward. No one, no thing. And a lot of women get married because that's what they're told as little girls, children, and men are told that too. You got to grow up. You got to get a job. You got to get a best education. You got to get married. You got to have children. And they're thinking, oh, well, this is going to make me happy. I understand that, lady. Perfect husband, and still she's lost. Because a marriage that can't fulfill an emptiness. It's not going to fulfill it. She said her husband is everything you could want in a husband. But still, she's lost. Can you relate to that, ladies? And that's why I tell you, ladies, you are responsible, not the husband, not the children, no one else. You alone are responsible for your spiritual life. You alone got to get on that path of discovering the person that's lost. You must forgive. You must too live within, from within, know thyself, so you can overcome. And a perfect marriage is not going to do that. That is so deep, I don't know what to do with it. This lady, this woman is the first woman I ever heard in the last 35 years that says, my husband is just everything. He's everything that you could want, and yet she want a divorce. Because she doesn't know who she is. That didn't help her find herself. And the spirit of evil is telling her, you might well get a divorce. And this didn't fulfill you the way you thought it would. Instead of her that, you know what, I am lost. I'm going to start working on myself. I'm married. My husband's just fine. I'm not going to leave my marriage. I'm just going to start working on me. She doesn't need to, especially since the husband is not, according to her, he doesn't seem to be mean to her or anything. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Ladies, you and you alone are responsible for your spiritual world. Finding yourself and overcoming that fallen state. Just as the man and the male alone is responsible for finding himself, his way back home to the Father. So are you, ladies. And that is a perfect example. Again, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days, the world gone crazy. Some of you may be aware of this from the New York Times. A gunman armed with an assault-style rifle walked into a Midtown Manhattan skyscraper on Monday evening. Yesterday. What was yesterday's date?
The 28th.
28th of July. White History Month. This person doing this on White History Month? What the? You have to do this on an off month. But they walked into this place yesterday evening and began firing, killing a New York City police officer, fatally shooting 3 other people, and critically wounded a 5th before killing himself. Watch this from ABC News, or listen if you're listening on the other way.
This morning, authorities say they know the identity of the man behind a deadly mass shooting in the heart of New York.
Pure evil came to the heart of our city.
Authorities say the man in this photo is 27-year-old Shane Devin Tamura of Las Vegas. They say he's the man seen here walking towards 345 Park Avenue in Manhattan last night. In his hand, an M4 rifle.
The shooter entered the lobby, turned right, and immediately opened fire on an NYPD officer. He then shoots a woman who took cover behind a pillar and proceeds through the lobby, spraying it with gunfire. He makes his way to the elevator bank, where he shoots a security guard.
Officials say the suspect, wearing body armor, then went to the elevator where a woman was getting out. He allowed her to get away unharmed. He then rode to the 33rd floor to the offices of RENE Management, the owner of the building. There he allegedly walked the floor, firing rounds, striking and killing a woman, before police say he turned the gun on himself. Police releasing this image of the weapon.
Why do they say killing a woman? Do they say killing a man? Killing a woman? If it was a man, would they say killing a man? I wonder, do they say that, Nick? If it was a man instead of a woman, do they say killing a man or killing a person?
You know, when you mention it, you made me think, I do hear that, but I don't know if I'm just thinking that because you said it. But so I'm going to pay attention.
So you do hear what?
What I do hear is this almost emotional, he killed 2 women, and he killed 3 children, killed 2 women, but...
Killing a
woman. I feel like I hear, killed a man, but
it's like they bring it home when it's killing a woman. But if it's killing a man, I don't even think they say killing a man. I think they say killing a person. I could be wrong. But anyway, I can't. When I saw this guy picture, because my first thought was, "Oh God, I hope he's not white." Because if this guy is white, they're going to blame Trump, all of the American people, and they're going to blame it on everything except the person. And so my first thought was, oh, Lord, don't let it be white. And the Lord heard my cry. He's not white. Well, he doesn't look white. He looked kind of Asian black or something. Asian or Chinese or something mixed with something. And the police in Las Vegas told the NYPD the gunman had mental health issues. I told you everybody crazy and stupid. Watch this.
In all, 5 people were shot, 4 were killed. 1 man was left in critical but stable condition. The NYPD officer killed was 36-year-old Diderul Islam. He was off-duty working security for the building. He leaves behind 2 young kids and a wife pregnant with their 3rd child. Officials say the shooter arrived in the city just hours earlier after driving his BMW across the country. In his car, authorities say they found a revolver, ammunition, and medication. Police overnight descending on his home in this gated community in Las Vegas. Police there are telling the NYPD that Tamura had mental health issues but did have a license for his guns. An investigation into a possible motive is underway as authorities question why the office building, which also houses the NFL headquarters and multiple financial firms, was targeted. The suspect recently lived in Las Vegas but has ties to Southern California and was licensed in the past to work as a security guard.
Amazing. Everyone with anger is mentally ill. Think about it. Is it mental ill or sane mind to be cruel to your children? Mentally ill parents have no patience for their children because they're mentally ill. No love. So his name is Tamura, right, Nick?
I'm not sure.
What's his name there?
Oh, I'm seeing it here in New York Post. Shane Tamura. Shane Tamura.
That it sounds kind of Japanese. Oh.
I think he's mixed.
His first name is Shane
Tamura.
Oh, okay.
Shane Tamura ID'd as NYC gunman. New York Post.
Amazing. We're going to see more of this. It's going to get worse. Bank on it. As long as you go into these stupid people and they giving you and I'm not a doctor. Take your Medicare if you want it. I'm not telling you to take it or not take it. But I'm telling you that it's going to get worse because they're giving you medication for spiritual issues. 888-7753-773. Let me go to Tiffany out of Virginia. Tiffany, you are on the air. Hey, Tiffany? Hello? It's me. Hello? Can you hear me? I was wondering if we can get together to go over everything.
Oh no.
I
Hello?
forgot how it felt
Hello?
when the
Hello?
world fell at my feet.
Hello?
Tiffany,
Yes, I'm here.
I was waiting on you.
I'm sorry.
I forgot how it felt.
I had you on mute for the on TV. How you doing this morning?
All is well. Happy White History Month.
I'm so excited to hear from you again. I spoke with you. Well, I called this morning because I was watching your church service.
Turn down the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. I'm looking for my remote now.
What a mess.
So,
Happy White History Month.
Oh, okay. Happy White History Month to you. That's so funny. I told my friend about that, and she just laughed.
And why is White History Month funny?
Because it's your humor, and I love your humor and how sarcastic wit you have, and it's just hilarious because it is. It's the 4th of July. This is when the white people found America and did all of their stuff. Like our whole history of America is based on this month.
I rest my case.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I just called. I just love you to death. You have helped me in so many ways, and you gave me advice before that really works. I do my silent prayer. I'm still working on forgiving my mom and my dad, but that's another conversation.
Why haven't you gone and forgiven them?
Jesse, I don't want to talk about that this morning.
All right.
I'll talk to you later and talk about that. That's because of time. I'm going to use your words. Because of time.
Okay.
Okay. So because of time, I was watching your service, I think it was like 2 Sundays ago, and there was this guy in the audience who basically was asking you, why do you do what you do? He was like really snappy. And you said, I don't want to do this. He said, you said, this is not me. This is God making me do this. He said, because you were telling his friend not to try to save him. Do you remember that?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So my question to you is, I have this burning inside, and it's not my thoughts. It's not it's like, it's a will, just like how you have. It's like you have no choice. And I remember calling you once before asking you about, because I wanted to open like a Boys and Girls Club again and start a foundation to help the youth because it's just really bad for them now. Like you said, look at them. They don't have no respect. And I grew up with my grandparents, so listening to you is like listening to them because y'all have this, that mentality, y'all generation is lost. And because I'm younger, I still have that, and I feel like I can hand the torch down because there was a lot of people who weren't able to hand the torch down.
You said that our generation lost or the younger generation's lost?
Your generation's traditions are lost.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was if there's nobody else that's younger or nobody else to hand the baton down, eventually it's going to be a myth. Like our stories and stuff is going to be a myth.
Yeah.
You know, and these children these days, I feel like because, and I'm going to be honest, we don't need an apology, but we need an apology. I feel like the certain entities could have just done, whether it be genuine or not, just done a genuine apology for slavery just for once. And I really think Donald Trump might do that just to make everybody upset, like on his last day of office. But I feel like because that didn't happen, that rage and people don't know how to get rid of their anger, and it just grew up. And like you said, evil comes from the mother because they haven't been born of the father. So I feel like this generation, these, the sins of the father can come to the children, you know what I mean? And I think that's what has happened.
Are you
And
saying that? Are you saying that America need to apologize to the blacks about slavery?
I'm saying that I want to start an organization, and I have this passion, and
But
I
what do
just
you said about something about an apology?
oh I was just I think that because it wasn't addressed, just speaking to a lot of our people, they are not educated a lot, and I think because
Tiffany,
that's how.
hold for me. Let me take a quick break. And
Okay.
then for some reason your phone sound like wind blowing. Are you outside?
Oh, I'm under the ceiling fan. I can move.
Yeah, because I hear the wind blowing.
Okay.
Okay, let me take a break. Don't hang up. Quick break. Back in a moment. I want to go quickly back to Tiffany. And Tiffany. Hey, Tiffany? Tiffany?
Can you hear me, Beth? Yes.
All right. You want to help the community, but you also said that you believe that America should apologize to the blacks for slavery, and that you believe that Donald Trump might do that near the end of his term.
When I said that, I was meaning that black people are hurt, and a lot of us have gotten over that.
Right.
That's why we listen to you,
Right.
and we know what to do. Okay, we figured it out. But some of them don't know even that you exist, or even know that it is something to do.
Right.
So all they do is have this hurt, and sometimes all you need is an apology. You know what I mean? And not to say that because everybody been through stuff. We're not the only ones that went through slavery.
Right.
Ours was peculiar, but every country went through slavery, but we don't know about that. We think it was just us. So what they think is just us, because I don't believe that anymore.
And for the record, you're black, right?
Yes, that's it. I'm black.
I know you're black, but the white people may not know it.
Oh yeah, it's some of us out here. And I have people that look at me like even my own father doesn't talk to me because I'm a Trump supporter. And I had to get some Trump shirts that was in Japanese, so I would.
Oh, what now?
Yes, because I'm the only black person really that I know that likes Trump. And I don't want to get beat up because you know how I don't want to be like the white people on TV. But yeah, I'm 45, 47 all day. But yes, and there's a lot of us out here. We call it the secret Trump supporters.
And so you think that you believe that if President Trump or any president apologize to the blacks for slavery, you believe what will happen?
I believe that because they don't want to listen now. Because anytime you talk to them, it's like they got a demon in them. Have you noticed that? Like, people used to not be like that with Bush or Clinton or nobody.
Right.
It would just be like a regular disagreement. And then you just keep going on. But now they're burning cars. They just outrageous. And that's nothing but the devil. And I feel like love covers a multitude of sin. And they are some sinful people. You know that. They are. I call them the democrats. They are. It's like it's a demon. I'm telling you, it's a demon in them, and they don't see it. You know what I mean? So I feel like love covers a multitude of sin. And the Asians, they got their apology. They got their bill signed, you know, and I don't know about all the other races or whatever. But for us, for some reason, we just, it needs to be like addressed, whether they mean it or not. And I think that would really make the Democrats upset because, you know, they don't want that because they want them to stay in bondage.
And so you believe that if the President Trump, in this case, President Trump, if he were to say, go on the TV and say, black people, an example, right? Maybe not exactly this way. I'm sorry, we apologize to you for slavery. You believe what will happen?
I believe that, you know, he, of course, say in more context, maybe more detail, more motion, you know, stuff like that. I think that it will, and it may not, but I really think that people on that side, just all they see is black and white, and they just want to feel just.
And so you
and they
believe
want
what
to
will
feel
happen?
seen. I believe that it'll make them be able to come to the table to have a conversation, at least.
About what?
About getting together and trying to help each other.
Oh, I see.
And so, like, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So we can't.
But
we can't
Tiffany,
help
I can
each other.
promise you this.
Okay.
If President Trump, the Biden, Barack Obama, George Bush,
Or
Bill
anybody.
Clinton, Ronald Reagan, if they all came out at the same time to tell the blacks, I'm sorry, however they said, like you said, whatever they said, it would not change one heart. It would not help the blacks. They will only get worse instead of getting better. That will not change anything. I
You don't
promise
think
you
that?
that.
So you don't think that? Not all, but most. Do you think that it will help some of them?
Not one. Not
And
one.
why is that?
I'm sorry?
Why is that?
Because all of our hearts are wicked, meaning all people. The heart is evil. And the only thing that will change the heart is to admit that you're evil, and the spirit of truth will change the heart. Nothing else will change it.
And that's what I
else.
mean.
But if they all said that, if they said they were sorry for slavery, that's not going to change the black's heart at all. And then they'll say, well, now you owe us reparations. You've admitted that
that's what I was meaning. Like, in the apology, it will, go into detail how it has, hurt communities.
But it has not, though.
You said what now?
Slavery has not hurt black people at all. Their
Slavery
issue
has not.
No. Slavery has nothing to do with the wicked hearts of human nature.
You're absolutely right. Because race, like you said, racism doesn't exist. And I had to really think on that the other day. I was like, what does he mean by that? And you said evil is evil.
Yeah.
It don't matter. You said, and I said, okay, I see. Because you deep. A lot of people can't take you because you're so deep, and then you have a sense of humor with it, and they think that you're being racist or something. And I always explain to people, no, he's making you think on a deeper level. Stop thinking surface of color, black and white, and all these races. He's trying to make you think. And when you said we are spirits, we are God's, creation. God ain't going to be like, hey, the black people over here, the Indian people over here, when you go to heaven.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people are so, and that's why I said, I just thought about love. And this, ties back to what I was saying. Like, I really want to do something for my community and show them love, because they don't have no love. They just hate. And I just remember love has a multitude of sin. And I have this passion that just will not go away. Like, I just want to help people.
And your question for me is what?
What can I do to help people? I called you before and you said it ain't nothing I can do.
Right.
And so I tried to stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe because I always feel like I need to save the world. So I prayed about it. I do my silent prayer, and I try not to think about it, because thoughts are of my prayer is to ask God to silence the voice of the enemy,
right.
Silence my thoughts, and bind my mind to the mind of Christ, because I don't want no thoughts. I just want the basic stuff. Do I got to make coffee? Do I got to do this? Do I got to make sure I stop at the stop sign?
Right.
I don't need to be bored. Look, I listen to you all the time now. Like, I tell people, that's my pastor right there.
Amazing. So listen, because of time.
Okay, because of time, I want to know, because like you said at that at service the other day, you told him it's not you, it's God, and I want to be not a mini you, but that's what you're doing is what I want to do.
Okay.
And so
here's what you do. All you need to do, and I recommend what you do, continue to seek the truth. Put that first.
Okay.
And lose all ideas as to what you want to do.
Yes.
Because
you said it the other day.
Right. Yeah. And just seek the truth and let the truth lead you in the way, because I can't help people and you can't help people. There's nothing we can do for ourselves or anyone else, right? And so,
Exactly.
so you just seek the truth and but don't hold on to this idea. I want to help people, and let the truth dictate that. If the
Yeah,
truth,
because you said the other day, don't have ambition.
Right.
Because you say some stuff, you be like, what? Don't have ambition. And then you break it down so clearly. And I'm like, I see. Like when it becomes a natural thing to do,
yes,
if you just wake up and do it naturally, and that's what I'm trying to get to. It happen naturally.
well, stay away from your thoughts, then it will happen naturally.
Oh, duh. That's why I love talking to you. Because you get the answer and it's right there.
Yeah.
It's right there. Okay, how much is this counseling call? Okay.
It's on the
All
house.
right. Yeah, okay, thank you. I love you. I love you. I'm spreading the word. I'm trying to share, with you and just let people see, and I joke. I like, look, we love the Great White Hope.
That's right. They call him
like
King.
Yeah, it's like, whoo, Jesus. Yeah. Jesus.
Call me again. You stay with it and call me again, all right?
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye, everybody.
Bye now. Oh, amazing. Bye-bye. Just let go of all your little ideas. An ambitious person is a vicious person. They will destroy themselves and you if you get in the way. Ambitious is not from God. God doesn't need you to be ambitious. Think about it. He said, I will take care of you. Oh, amazing.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We'll read more
Let me
later.
go to Sky out of Texas. Sky, you're on the air.
Hello, Jesse.
Hey, Sky.
Good to hear from you again. So I have a question.
Yes, sir.
During our prayers, our family prayers during a dinner, we have a prayer before dinner. I have a 4-year-old who doesn't want to close her eyes and participate.
Right.
And so I was fine with that. My wife kind of got upset. She's like, you got to do this, you got to do that. And I was thinking well, is it, I want to do the right thing. I'm like, am I doing, I want to guide her, but also at the same time, I don't want her to do something just to please the people at the table, because I don't know if God's worried about her closing her eyes or not.
Why would you let so your question for me is what?
Is it important to make sure a child is doing something during a verbal prayer because of societal, respect?
That is
or
a
is it
good
important for
question,
God?
man. That's so good. Scott, can you hold? Let me take a quick break.
Yes.
Don't hang up. It's a good question.
Okay.
I want to go quickly back to Sky out of Texas. And let's see here. Sky, thanks for holding.
Hello.
So restate your question.
So my 4-year-old was having trouble closing her eyes during the family prayer before a meal. And my wife was trying to correct her on that, like, oh, you got to close your eyes and, you got to do this and that. And so my question was, because it's important that I guide her, is it important for her to do that for the people at the table or for God? Because a prayer is to God, and so does God care that she is not closing her eyes and playing around during a prayer, or is it just the people?
That's an interesting question. What so far? How have you been dealing with it?
Well, I've been letting my wife be in charge of my daughter, but yesterday when it happened, I was like, well, let's talk about that later. And then I was unsure. I'm like, well, what's the right move here? So, that's when I was like, I better call because I'm still thinking about it.
And you and your wife talked about it?
Well, not yet. I literally happened yesterday. So I was
okay.
like, I need to. But I thought it was because I've been doing the challenge as well as to be a nobody for 3 days.
Right on.
So that's kind of.
So let me ask, why would you let your wife traumatize your daughter in that way when it's your responsibility to protect your children from the wife, from the mother? Why
Well,
you
I
let
guess
her do that to your daughter?
Well, in that situation, it seems like the intention is to treat God as if it's important to focus on him.
How
And so-
is your daughter is 4 years old? You say, right?
Yeah.
How is that the intention to treat God the way what?
Just that we're supposed to be focused on God when we're praying.
And
But,
so a 4-year less traumatized, which is happening with your wife, doing to your daughter, based on what you've said, she is focused on God already, and your wife is turning her away from God.
yeah, and I can see that she's doing it because she's worried about everybody else in the room who also don't know that. You're like, I'm the only one in the room that's really getting all the clarity in life right now, so a lot is changing for me. So that's why I'm like, this is probably one of those things that I'm gonna have to deal with because I don't want to ramble too much, but like during the 3 days of being a nobody, I've watched people interact with my daughter and the family, and then I've watched my daughter look to me to see if I'm siding with them or not. And when she sees that I don't side with them, she then just ignores it and continues and doesn't let it affect her.
Absolutely. That's why I don't understand why you don't correct your wife or didn't correct your wife right there in front of your daughter. Leave her alone. She's 4 years old. She doesn't have to close her eye. That's crazy. I don't know why you didn't correct her right then and there. So your daughter can see that you are walking down the road. So your wife can see that your daughter can see that you're protecting her from this evil spirit of her mother.
I think that I did correct her because I was like, well, she didn't have to do that. And then I was like, we'll talk about it later because she wanted to talk about it in front of the whole family. But I was like, well, let's talk about it later.
No, you should have talked about it right then. No, don't do that.
I will. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of my family. I'm really not. Yeah, I've been calling. But I just went. I was like,
let me just say this to you. The number one reason, but not the only, the number one reason that every human being on earth are suffering with the imagination today, with thoughts and feelings, is because the mother and sometimes the father and the teachers and the preachers have taught them how to think, how to be, how to live. And they've been trying to live up to that, and it doesn't work at all. You can never live up to what you've been taught. It's just intellectual, and it keeps you in hell. And the fact that your wife is teaching your daughter, oh, you got to bow your head. And at 4 years old, she shouldn't be teaching her that, period. Because God is above, he's not below. Well, you got to bow your head, number one. But your wife, and now your daughter is going to be angry at that, and she's going to grow up now thinking she got to bow her head to pray. And when she does it, she's going to feel guilty, and she's going to go to church, she's going to read the Bible, she's going to have the wrong idea about God, and she's going to suffer just as you and your wife are suffering. You should not, God didn't care 2 pennies, 2 cents about whether you bow your head to him or not.
I agree. Yeah, in response to this,
and your wife is only doing it because she's been traumatized to bow her head when she prayed. Her heart is wicked, and all she's doing is looking down at a wicked heart.
Yeah, and so a quick 6-month summary from January to now. I listened to your show starting in January. I made the mistake of, as I started to see things unfold, the truth, it was so clear to me. I made the mistake of trying to drag other people through the mud to try to see it. And so that wasn't working. And so when I stopped doing that, about 3 or 4 months in, that's whenever big progress happened, because then like my wife, for instance, she's just now started coming around the past 2 months to start working on herself because she can finally see the change in me, and I'm not trying to force her to do anything. And so, that being said, I guess her experience as a Christian has really only developed in the past couple of years, and then my true experience has really only developed in the past 6 months. So I think there's room for her to learn. But as far as like a prayer thing, I haven't spent much time teaching her about that.
But that was your time right then the moment presented itself when you were trying to make your daughter bow her head. Why do you take that as a teaching moment?
You know what? Next time we're at family dinner, I will be ready to take on the family because
why do you take that as a teaching moment when it happened?
I started to, but then I wasn't sure because I felt like there is a certain amount of. I want my daughter to know that I rely on God for everything.
Well, your daughter's 4 years old. You said she observed you. That's all she needs to see is the light in you. She'll be fine. You don't need to teach her that.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I see that, and I definitely. I think I started to correct it, but then I was like, well, how much of it is my wife to like correct that or not? But I wasn't. I guess
your
I was
wife
like
shouldn't be correcting your children anyway. It should be you.
Fair enough. Well, unless I agree with her, right?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, like if my daughter's kicking the dog or something, and my it's been a minute. My wife has a lot of anger, and
of course, that's why she's teaching your daughter how to become evil because she's evil.
But we're getting there, Jesse. We're working on it. We really are because my daughter. I'm watching, my wife was real upset the other day, and she started crying. And my daughter looked at me, and then she was like, "Come on, Dad, let's go to the car." She was just at first, she wasn't worried about it at all because I wasn't
crying, your wife or your daughter?
My wife was crying.
Oh, okay. And you knew she was lying?
I knew she was lying. And so my daughter, looked at me to see if I was going to try to, do something about something that she shouldn't have even been upset about.
Right on.
And I didn't, and so she was ready to. She's like, "Come on, Dad, let's go to the car." She wasn't worried about the crying or anything. So we're getting there. And I always say I've said thank you so many times, but man, I love being able to I love talking to my family about everything they claim as far as following God, and then just bringing to the surface what I can see.
Right.
The past 3 days. Trying to be nobody. You ever heard that song, that church song? That I wasn't going to tell anybody, but I couldn't keep it to myself. No, I just couldn't. You ever heard that one?
No, I haven't. It sounds good, though. I like it.
What the Lord has done for me.
I like
you
that.
You ought to have been there when it saved my soul. Okay. Anyway.
That must be a white song.
I think so. It felt like. Anyway, I think my biggest lesson from the truth has been to be able to see, but wait for the opportunity to come to share, because I can constantly see, and the temptation is to share when people don't want to hear what I have to say.
But don't share if they don't want to hear it.
I know. That's the most difficult part, sitting there being nobody. Because I'm like, oh, man. Okay, I'm trying to sit here. And because every time I do verbally pray to God, it's always about some kind of clarity. This is the only time I ever ask for anything is for clarity, and He always answers my prayers. So
Christ said, go and tell nobody, and then Christian said, go and tell it from the mountain.
I know. That's why I always think about that song. I'm like, hey, that's a church song.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But anyway, and I got to run because of time, but does your wife obey you?
Yes, because now that I know how to lead properly, it's when because I know that if I'm not leading with truth, or say I do lead with truth, and she gets upset, and then I do nothing about her being upset, she sees eventually. So yes, because she doesn't. She will always come around when I lead her with the truth. It may take her a minute, but I don't have to change what I've said. It just might take.
Well, you stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, and do what you want. But no, don't let your wife or anyone force your children to pray, even the adult one. And don't force them to bow their head and all that stuff. Let them be the example, and they'll follow.
Yeah.
The children become like the parents. And just that the parents are wicked. So all this happening in my country are just wicked children who are wicked, becoming wicked like their parents.
Yeah. I had a discussion with my father the other day because he got upset. And I was like, I said, you got upset because your ego was hurt. And he's like, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, God gave you my ego. I said, God gave you your ego. And then.
So you say God gave him a devil nature, huh?
Yeah. And I was like, no. Anyway, anyway, I'm really enjoying learning and being able to just share it without, being scared or anything. And just
stay with it, stay with it, man. When you say you love talking to your family, are you talking about your wife and children or your other family too?
I'm going to be honest with you. I get a thrill from standing in the truth. Like not that I argue, but I get a thrill from sharing, and then.
Are you saying with your parents and brothers and sisters and everybody?
Yeah, my parents.
Let the thrill go, man.
Well, what do you mean?
Because that thrill gonna make you speak truth to people that don't want to hear it, and it's like you're giving the truth to shrines. They don't want it.
No. They don't reject what I have to say, though. Like, I had a whole thing. I went over judgment with my father for a long time, and then he finally came to me and he said, you were right.
Okay.
I know their heart's in the right place of wanting, but they never had guidance in their entire life. So they respond.
I understand that, yeah.
They respond, and they don't reject what I say. They struggle through it, and then it's like you can't argue with the truth. So it's like everything always lines up.
The children of Satan will argue with the truth.
Yeah, but it's okay because
but those who are seeking won't argue with the truth. You're right about that for sure.
Yeah, because it's like just especially sitting there not agreeing or disagreeing. It's amazing how my father will sit and ramble and expect an agreement or disagreement, and then I'll just say okay. And then I just, try to bring up what it is. Like, why were you frustrated? Because that's the complete. It's working, Jesse.
Right on.
I do it. I enjoy that. I don't get a thrill from being right, but just because I used to be afraid, and now that I'm not, I like that I can share it and not be afraid. So
right on. Oh, amazing. But because of time, I got to run, but stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. And again, do what you want, but no, don't let your wife impose that on your daughter at all.
Oh, you might try I was thinking about donating, and maybe you should do some kind of segregation challenge, white people versus colored people for the donation goal.
Nice idea. But there are a lot of black people, men and women, are being helped by the truth. They listen to the show, or they come to Sunday meetings now, or they hear me on other shows, and they're starting to wake up. They just, as you were saying about your family, they just didn't know about the truth. They had not heard it before.
Oh, last thing.
They didn't know about forgiveness. They didn't know that anger was from the mother. They didn't know that they were blind and couldn't see. But when they hear it, there are black men and women who are waking up. Really, man, I hear it all the time.
One last thing. I want to answer Tiffany's question. If Donald Trump were to apologize for racism, they would just simply say he doesn't mean it, and then that would be it.
That's a good point. Absolutely. Then they want reparations.
Yeah, he would apologize and they'd be like, well, he doesn't really mean it anyway, so it wouldn't even matter.
Absolutely. Because I think Bill Clinton already apologized to the blacks.
Yeah.
I think it was Bill. I could be wrong. But thank you, man.
I pray that your show will grow and just people will listen. And
Thank you.
God will show them. Have a great day.
You too. And happy White History Month.
Happy White History Month. Bye-bye.
Bye now. I believe we told you about this Cincinnati brawl. Or someone called the show. Did we play that yesterday? Yeah, okay.
We did.
All right. Well, there was a little more update about that. This is, just think about this. And in case you don't believe me that there is no love in human beings, human nature is evil. And in human nature, there is no love. NBC News is reporting that police are investigating a violent altercation involving multiple people in downtown Cincinnati on Saturday night after a video of the brawl went viral on social media. 5 people faces charges. Watch this from Fox News.
Hi, Martha. Well, we just got disturbing new video with a different angle of this vicious attack that unfolded at 3 a.m. on Saturday in Cincinnati. It appears to show a verbal confrontation. Then you see a white man in a white shirt slap a black man in a red shirt. Punches are then thrown and the brawl ensues. The white man is punched and kicked repeatedly by black men and women. This new video also shows 2 other white men getting beat up. Horrifically, another video shows a woman being knocked unconscious, blood on her face after she was sucker punched by a man. Incredibly difficult to watch. Police have not said how or why this brawl started. Cincinnati's police chief says alcohol consumption played a significant role, characterizing it as a sudden dispute following a verbal altercation. Astoundingly, there were 100 people there, but only one person called 911.
Amazing, huh? Isn't that animal nature like? Where's the love in that? Where's the love in that? All human beings, all of us, are in an animal state when we're asleep. We think and act like animals. You're looking at human beings fighting other human beings. Think about that. Just think about that. And this is why people think that, I don't know if all people think, but most do for sure, that they and animals are the same. They believe that they're an animal and they can relate to the animal more so than another human being. Now I hear, and I don't know the whole story yet, but something like you need to get a rabbit for a pet because dogs and cats destroy the environment. Something like that. Because they go out on the lawn and they use the bathroom on the lawn and they kill the grass and they go out and kill the plants and things like that. So there's recommended something like, I don't know the whole story, right? That you have a pet a rabbit as a pet rather than a dog. So that's telling me they're about to sell rabbit food. They're about to have rabbit doctors because human beings going to go and get a bunch of rabbits as pets. Here's the update. Oh no, here's a little bit more. The Department of Justice suggested hate crime charges could be filed, and J.D. Vance shared a comment. Watch this.
The Trump administration's Department of Justice suggesting hate crime charges could be filed. Quote, our federal hate crimes laws apply to all Americans. We at Civil Rights at DOJ will monitor closely how local authorities handle this attack. Vice President J.D. Vance, who's from Ohio, reacting.
We have got to make great American cities safe again for families and children, and the only way to destroy that street violence is to take the thugs who engage in that violence and throw their asses in prison.
Martha, 5 people have been charged. More are expected, but so far they have announced 0 arrests. So we'll see. We'll get an update as we get it.
And that's why another reason besides having no love and being in an animal state, especially with the blacks, they don't worry about being locked up anymore. They're black. They can get away with it. And since they have no self-control, violence, everything wicked is out of control. Amazing, huh? They took away the police and they replaced it with violence. And it is bad because human nature has no self-control. J.D. Vance said, lock their A's up. White people are getting sick of this. Really, they're just sick of the violence. They're just sick of it. They're trying to have a first-class life, and they got to fight the blacks all the way now in every area of life. That's not what they want. Here's a little update on 2 of the 5 people charged. This is from Fox 19.
We now know the names of 2 people arrested in connection to that brawl downtown Cincinnati over the weekend. Sources confirm with Fox 19 now that Montaneas Merriweather and Dakira Vernon are facing charges in connection to that brawl. Both have been booked into the Hamilton County Jail, but their charges have not yet been listed. However, Cincinnati's FOP president took to Facebook within the last half hour saying Merriweather charged on July 10th on receiving stolen property, weapons under disability, improper transportation of a firearm. The president claims Merriweather was released on a $4,000 bond at 10%. So if you do the math there, he only had to post $400 to bond out.
Wow.
But the president says he should have never been released and he should have been locked up.
This is so interesting to me, folks. It really is. In that. And instead of trying to understand what I'm about to say, there are black people get mad at you for reporting it. But what is it? And I know the question I am asking, I know the answer already. But for you, like, smoke on it. What is it in the blacks that causes them to be so violent? Listen to what they said about Merriweather, whatever they got in there, the black guy right there. But what is it that causes them to be so violent? And then what is it with the other blacks that they may not be out there being as violent, but they defend blacks being violent? Or you're just racist for reporting this. What is that? And I remember in Africa, when this was happening in South Africa, and it still is happening, by the way, not that it's ended, we report on this same kind of stuff. Just this mob, animal-like mentality where the blacks were going around in Africa and attacking white people in mobs of violence and burning buildings and stealing. And this is happening around the world with the blacks. How come no one want to know, well, what is it? And when they do bring it up, they blame it on racism, which doesn't exist. They blame it on the white man. And the only thing that the white man is trying to do is have a first-class life. Get educated, because they try to get the best education, because they think they can make the best money, most money, right? And then they build everything in a first-class like way. Nice first-class communities, meaning where they live. Nice first-class travel. And they love going camping. White people love going camping. They love hiking. And they love those things. Really. When they about to leave the house to go camping, you think they're going to on a Europe trip or something. And they love camping. They love camping so much they made camping trailers, like mobile home things. And you just travel around the country camping. But now they got to be concerned about their lives because the blacks are roaming the earth, seeing who they can devour, who they can destroy. What happened? I know what happened, but I'm asking you. I also know prior to the so-called civil rights movement, blacks were not this way. I'm sure you could have found some evil blacks, because evil has always been around, right? But they were not out of control like this. I don't care what anyone tell you, I was there. And it wasn't this way. Not that blacks didn't get angry like everyone does. Sometimes they fight in the family or whatever. But they were like rabid dogs, roaming the earth like wild animals to see who they can just pounce on. And they love it. And they all join in. Nobody say, hey, stop it, stop it, stop it. They all join in. And now they love to stomp on people. And where did that come from? They knocked her, according to the report, that poor lady out. And the crime is through the roof. It's so bad in white areas now that the neighborhoods, because they've taken away the police and they're taking away bail bonds, they don't lock the black criminals up. And the news media cover it up for them. Why is it that you are assisting people in their hatred against you? Why do you cover it up for them? Some of you might be aware of this, and some might not. This is from the TAP. There is a white community only in rural Arkansas called Return to the Land, and it's gone viral on TikTok following a news report that exposed its leader as it is growing membership. Watch this from Sky News.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture, effectively, we're saying this is a white culture, a whites-only place.
White American culture.
Over the last year and a half, high up in the Ozark Hills in the state of Arkansas, dozens of people have been working hard, leveling the land, building houses. They call it an intentional community based around shared ancestry, a long-winded way of saying something really quite simple. Its founder says he is building a fortress for the white race.
It's a racial association.
This is the place that one group has chosen to put that into radical, real-world action.
You want a white nation? Build a white town. It can be done, and we're doing it.
160 acres taking shape, forest cleared, roads laid, cabins built. Around 40 people live here.
Amazing. Isn't that amazing? So it is White History Month, and that's in Arkansas, USA, not in South Africa, Mommy Africa. It looked like the guy that was talking about looked like that white guy from South Africa who's building a white area there in South Africa, white township. And so first, I want to hear from you guys about this. Right here in the middle, front and left of us is my producer and the expert here, Derek. He black.
Little sound effect for the black man.
Wait.
You don't have to do that.
And then to my fourth one left is the host of the Hake Report from 9 to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday right here on the Jesse Lee Peterson Network. And an expert as well, Hake.
Hey, guys.
He white.
Hey.
And to my far right, the one, the only, in this whole building, energy so thick, it just run through the building. He get everything done.
That's a fact.
And he's also the host of the American Anchor Baby Show. And Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., except that Friday is at 12 p.m. And an expert here on the show, the American Anchor Baby, an expert. So, Derek, what do you think about these white people in Arkansas, USA, starting their own, building their own township, their own community?
Well,
for whites only.
It's fine. I think it's a nice start. I think I don't think people should be bashing these group of guys as much as they do. We report on this show every day about the white genocide that's going on in our country. So, white people taking the initiative and doing something about it, starting their own town. I mean, this is the result of this white genocide that's going on. So I think it's great and right on time for White History Month. Like Bill Lockwood elegantly explained, I think, the founders of this country, they are white and they are Christian. So, hey, this group of guys, they're doing something great here, I think.
And should they, I don't want to put leading words in your mind or your mouth, should they somehow or another create a law or something where the community would stick together and not rent to people of color, especially blacks, in their community? Should they make sure that doesn't happen, knowing that if the blacks should move in, they're going to destroy what they're building? Should they make sure they don't rent or sell or allow the blacks to move in any form or fashion?
Right. No, they definitely shouldn't.
They shouldn't do that?
Yeah, they shouldn't do it.
Shouldn't do what?
They shouldn't allow any blacks in, any other ethnicities in, because we already know the blacks are going to come in. They're going to rename one of the streets after one of these black leaders.
They're going to call the street Martin Luther King or Obama.
Martin Luther King Boulevard or something. And that street's going to run down. The property value is going to go down. It's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
So I definitely don't think, no blacks, no Mexicans, no nothing. And let's watch. I think there was another town in Georgia where blacks, they're putting a little town together. And I heard from one of your callers that they've been working on it for a while, and construction isn't really coming about quick. So it's not.
So they building a black town in Georgia?
Yeah, somewhere in Georgia.
Freedom.
Yeah, what's that?
Freedom.
But why they building a black town? Nobody want to live with them anyway. They got everything.
Freedom, Georgia.
It's by them, for them.
They already have the hoods by themselves, right?
Yeah. By the hoods.
Except the Mexicans.
He said that my caller said that it looked like a COA campground. KOA.
What's a COA?
One of those campgrounds. Looks like a campground. Tents
and so they're trying to build a black town in Georgia.
They are.
But why?
Hey, I mean, black town. I mean, it looked like they were going about it is sort of like out here. What's that town out here called? It's like just black people in like a suburban area. What's that called?
Hillsborough.
Is that it? I don't know.
Out here?
Yeah, out here.
No, like a nice area?
The Black
Baldwin
Beverly Hills. They call it
Heights.
Baldwin Hills.
Yeah,
Ladera Heights.
Okay, is that?
Yeah, Ladera Heights.
Right.
Okay, yeah. So
Baldwin
I think
Hill, Ladera Heights, all right there, the same area.
Yeah, so I think they're going about it something like that.
Hills. Sorry. There's a song
Yeah,
that says that.
I had not heard about this black town in Georgia.
Yeah. So maybe we could talk to them and see what
And
they're
who
doing.
they gonna keep out? Other blacks?
Maybe whites.
They don't have to worry about white. Whites are not coming. White people crazy. They'll move right into the hood.
Yeah, I mean, I think they should welcome them. I mean, look at the country, look at, the property value in white suburban areas. Let them in, but the other way around, I don't know about that. So I think this is a great thing that they're doing. So it'd be good to kind of watch which town evolves.
It's sort of funny because it's like what actually happens. Like you look at what they build, it's just like tents and sort of shanty town. And then you look at what the whites build, and it's like all constructed and nice.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Orderly.
Yeah.
Anchor Baby, what do you think about this all-white, they call it community, I like to call it a little township there, in Arkansas, USA?
It's only 40 people?
Well,
all this
believe me,
over
some more
40
white
people.
folks going to move in this.
Yeah, Hake's going.
Has to start somewhere, man.
I'm not poo-pooing that. I'm just saying all this over 40 people.
Oh, yeah.
You mean the people reaction to it?
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
I got you.
It's kind of like overreacting to the 49 people or 59 people who came from South Africa as refugees.
And it's that, and that is...
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it's for that reason why they should not let others in. They should be very clear about that because all the other races have made it very clear that there's enough of them in there that hate whites. So that's enough for them to have that law. If they're going to react like this to 40 people, then that spirit still exists and they have to protect themselves.
Yeah. And you're right. And I'm hoping that the whites don't cave in. Let them call you racist. Let them call you Nazi. Let them call you whatever. But protect your own area. It's time for that. Your own family, your own everything. So should they make a law? I don't know if you're going to be able to make a law around there, but let's say they make a law that no other color come in but whites.
Yeah, they should be clear on. I think they should be clear on that. If that's what they're going to be doing. Well, I mean, do what they see the best way to operate because in a world like today, you're going to be maybe explicit in some way too far, and you might get something coming down on you when you don't need to. But other than that, I think it's fine if they do that.
I think
it's only because of how the world is and how they've shown themselves to be. That's the only. I'm just looking at how things are.
I think that is an amazing idea. About time, 70 years too, late, because the blacks have been attacking the whites for 70 years now or so, give or take. And so I heard about this little town in Louisiana, where the white people said they broke off from the colored people in Louisiana. So I like this, and I hope that we'll start to see more and more of this, because the white people really have no other choice. What are they to do? They're under attack. They're being attacked by mobs of blacks and robbed, and then the laws are against them protecting themselves. They have no other choice. It's about time.
It's hard for.
Well, that's a fact. I would want to go there. I would want to be able to go visit for like a weekend.
I can see you now over there hiking.
Like I would want to go, like I like to drive up to,
right,
Big Bear, the mountains, these mountain towns. It tends to be more white and more civilized and more conservative friendly.
I had planned to ask Bill Lockwood, why is it that white people seem to be the only one that know how to create a civilized society? All other races seem not to know how to do that. Why is it? And I forgot to ask Bill, and I'm going to ask him. I asked him this time, if the Lord is willing, and the creek the right. But why is it that white people are the only one that can? He was talking about the founders and how they built this country with the principle of God. How come white people are the only one that seem to know that?
I don't know. It's a great question.
Am I
You're not
overstating
wrong in some
it?
of your perception. I just don't know why.
It's like the only white people in Europe they did it for, and then they let the colored people in. They were Muslim, Allah people, but they still colored people, right? They consider to be colored, not white. And America, South Africa, at one time, white, and they did amazing things. And Black people came in. But so good idea. I wish these people well.
Actually, I was gonna say. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm with the rise of these other ethnicities getting into office, like the Muslims out in I think it's Minnesota somewhere.
Yeah.
They're gonna exploit this. I know that for sure. So
yeah.
they're gonna say, there are whites over here doing this. There's blacks over here doing this. Muslims. We need somewhere where we need a safe haven, basically. So.
Well, they tend to do that anyway when they move into white people countries. They take over areas, cities, and they build their own little Sharia law in the white people country and say, y'all can't come over here.
Yeah.
That's why I find it. That's why I find it a little difficult to say I want to see more of this. It's not against it. To be clear, if I could see more, I don't know, white people having no fear, that's fine. I'd like to see more of that. But to say, I find it hard to say I want to see more white only places. Because simply for this reason, because it's a sign of what has to happen because of some other extenuating circumstance that has forced all this to happen.
Yeah. It's the same way when you have to break off from your family members. When you start working on your own life and you just don't fit in with your family anymore. They don't like you no more because of your values, and you don't like them. And you don't like or dislike them, but same way you have to break away from your family as well. But so because of time, there's one other story.
One quick thing.
Yeah.
Sorry. We used to be able to discriminate in whom we sold our houses to. We had these racial covenants. I think another caller on Anchor Baby said this months or a year ago. They had racial covenants, clauses in property deeds that restricted ownership or occupancy based on race or other characteristics. But they made them illegal back in with these anti-discrimination laws or something.
It was a law?
No, neighbors would write these covenants in their homes to ensure their fellow neighbors that I'm not going to sell to some outsider who's going to transform your neighborhood for the worse when I sell my house.
We need to go back to that.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
They call it illegal and unenforceable due to their discriminatory nature due to the Fair Housing Act of 1968, they say, according to far-left Google AI.
And so the Fair Act meant that they knew
Fair Housing Act.
Yeah, they knew that only white people were going to have the best area because they build and keep it going, and whereas the people of color are not going to be able to do it in their area. Nobody want to go there.
Right.
And so that's why they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a mess.
And once again, how
there was
come
a Supreme
white
Court,
people are the only one?
In 1948, I guess there was this Supreme Court decision that ruled that courts could not enforce racially restrictive covenants, which also undermined the neighbor's ability to protect their fellow neighbors.
So Derek, you so young, you gonna marry a white woman so you move in these white areas?
Man, I was thinking about it. Maybe Sydney Sweeney, Maybe, man.
Mobility.
But no, I don't know.
You may marry Cindy Sweeney.
That's offensive.
Maybe. But I'm thinking.
I don't know if they would still let you in, even though you may be married to a white woman. They may think that she's liberal.
They might just kick her out.
Oh no, she'll be whatever I am. So she'll be fine. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
they might not let her in
because conservative women don't marry black men.
Conservative women?
No.
Don't worry. What? No, but I don't know. I'm still trying to.
Conservative white women marry black men? I thought it was a liberal thing.
There's a black conservative that has a white wife. I forgot his name. I think you did an interview with him. But yeah.
Who was that?
Heavyset guy.
He was black?
Black.
He had a white wife?
Has a white wife.
And they were conservative?
Yeah, he's conservative.
Oh.
Well,
I thought
supposed to be conservative.
Because liberal white women feel bad for black men. So they marry them and they get beat up and money taken away.
But I can convert as easy. I can convert them really easy.
But because of time, this NBC commercial, news item, I want you guys to quickly respond to this. American Eagles great jeans advertisement campaign with actress Sydney Sweeney, right?
That's right.
That's the one you want to marry.
Yeah, I'll take on a date.
It's at the center of a latest political storm online. Watch this from Instagram.
I will be the friend that's too woke because those Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ads are weird. Like fascist weird. Like Nazi propaganda weird.
My body's composition is determined by my genes. Hey, eyes up here.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
Should we be surprised that a company whose name is literally American Eagle is making fascist propaganda like this? Probably not, but it's still really shocking.
Fascist.
Like a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes. Like, that is Nazi propaganda.
So true.
Somebody jealous.
It's so funny that the contrast between the little white girl and and this big other girl.
I know.
With the LGBT BLM flag in the background and the nose ring and overweight.
Jealous. Somebody jealous. Here's a black
has good
woman who broke down in tears over the ad, claiming that people would stay silent when black people are eventually hung. Watch this from X.
Yep. So I wanted to read the comment here that's pinned.
Okay.
And then she's responding to this comment. It says, "It's disheartening. I really don't think they truly want to get it. I saw that Sydney Sweeney stuff today, and I got tired." All right, let's watch.
That got me too. And I don't know why. Maybe because it's just so blatant.
When she cries, she lies.
Yeah.
I keep thinking that people just are not gonna believe us until we're hung out there, but then even then I feel like they'll be like, oh no. Kind of like they are with
That was not necessary. She thinks she's going to get hanged?
Talk about I don't know if you mean like left out to dry or hung from
I think she meant like
hanged
lynched.
from the tree or hung from the tree.
It's supposed to be hanged when you
Hey,
execute somebody that way.
I don't know if you meant that or the white people leaving the blacks out to dry.
We'll go with that one.
Yeah, let's
That's
go with
what I
that
believe,
one.
yeah.
And this is the last one, folks. This is from 2019, a Calvin Klein ad. Is this black? I mean, is this 2019 Calvin Klein ad supporting black supremacy? Watch this from X.
I am not a moment.
Oh, Lord.
I'm a force to be reckoned with. I
Should be a warning.
am Chica.
She's not a moment, she's a whale. She's an ocean.
Calvin Klein.
She said, "I'm a force to be reckoned with." I didn't think she was literal.
She meant at the table. At the dinner table.
She means when she's at a high position.
So, Nick, what do you think about both of those? The white land, when we talked about the white land, what do you think about the ad, the American Eagle ad, and the way that people reacted to that?
American
Responding.
Eagle seems to be like, I think they know what they're doing. They're just messing with people. And the fact that that woman was crying and the other person made that video, that's why they did it. They know what they're doing. I heard it was a Jewish man who thought up of this.
Yeah, I heard he was
Probably.
Jewish.
Jewish.
Exactly. I guess his company owned by a Jewish guy, right? Or maybe he
American
did the
Eagle?
ad or
Maybe.
something.
It was
Yeah.
just a smart guy who knows how to play the people.
Yep. Shout out to the Jews.
Shout out to the Jews. I love the Jews.
Me too. If I love anybody.
Look at him go.
God's people.
You got to be chosen if you can brainwash everybody.
Amazing. And what do you think about it, Derek?
Man, I like this new approach that they're taking. They did some sort of woke ad before this. I think it was back in 2016 somewhere. around there, but they were promoting a lot of woke ads. So this is a nice new approach.
Are you talking about the black girl ad?
No, that's Calvin Klein. I'm talking about American Eagle. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I like this new approach, but she could put some clothes on. How am I supposed to take her on a date? She's showing off her body like this.
Who?
Sydney Sweeney.
She was putting her jeans on.
The club.
Yeah, she's too revealing. I don't like this. That's why I can't date actresses. That's why I can't.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I turn on TV, I see my wife. Oh, no, I can't do this.
He's
no.
immodest
My wife shouldn't be wearing that.
You say, hey?
I say, shout out, have fun. That light-skinned black girl who was crying, she was mildly attractive. She didn't need to be worried about anything.
I think it was just an act.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that black girl really felt that way.
Yeah.
I think she was put on an act.
Drama.
But congratulations to the American Eagle for having the gonad to present beautiful white again. Quick break. Back in a moment, folks. So that ad, the jean ad with the pretty white woman, it reminds me, and then you know how sexy they made her in the jean. That's what you do with beautiful, thin, beautiful women. You make sexy ads. You can't make no sexy ad with some big old fat black woman or whatever white woman, like that jealous white woman that was talking. You need beautiful women. I remember when flight attendants were so beautiful. Remember beautiful white
Vaguely.
Flight attendants?
I vaguely remember it.
You don't. You only remember the old ones.
Yeah,
fat
that's right.
ones and old ones.
Fat, short head.
Sometimes we on the plane they have the old fat black women can hardly get up and down the aisle with the tray. Amazing. So white on white people, keep it up. Promote your beauty, and she is pretty. And let all the jealous people fight and say what they want. It's time. It's okay to be white. It's okay to be white. Happy White History Month. Amazing. Let me go to WC out of Arkansas. There's one line open now, folks. WC, you're on the air.
Happy White History Month, yes,
Happy White History Month. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So, man, I called about 3 years ago. I know you say, never ask a black man if he remembers.
Never ask a black man if he remembers.
So I wanted to give you an update, man. I wanted to give you an update.
Okay.
I know you said you had an uncle named WC.
I had
used
Uncle
to be a
WC
police
was
officer.
one of my favorite uncles. He lived.
Yes, sir.
He moved to Leesburg, Florida. He dead now. He dead. But Uncle WC
He
was
dead.
an amazing uncle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I called you about 3 years ago, man. I wanted to give you an update.
Okay.
I used to be a cop, and then I became a coach and a teacher. And I told you I was getting ready I bought me some land. I did some research, and I bought me some land in Arkansas, about 10 acres. And I built my own house, man, but with my own hands, like old school. I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't know how to do anything, but I did, like you said, I took it one step at a time. And I did everything except for the concrete and the spray foam.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Right
So
on.
I did everything except for that. Only mistake I made was telling my people, man, where I live. They from Memphis, Tennessee. Ever since they found out I vote for Trump and I'm a conservative, they call me Jeff. I got blue eyes.
What a mess!
Yes, sir. So, it's been 3 years, man. I built the house. I pretty much got that, trying to get my form together. I wanted to call. I didn't really have a purpose to call you except for, I heard you recently talking about that community, the white community.
Yeah, down in Arkansas.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So about a year ago, I saw some land open for sale 5 minutes away from where I live. And I used to take my kids out there to teach them how to drive. You go down them dirt roads just to teach them how to drive.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. So I used to take them that way. And I saw it for sale. And my son, I don't know if you remember. I know you don't, but I started out with him, and I sent him to trade school. He became an electrician.
Right on.
And my wife, she homeschooled the other three. She homeschooled all four of them, but he became an electrician. I was teaching him how to drive. But my last one, my girl, she just turned 18. I teaching her how to drive, and I see that they bought this land. When we come by there, they building it up, man. And I see, little white girls out there playing, and we waving at them. And, man, they just waving back. Yeah. And my son come home one day, and he said, he stopped at Walmart. There's not a lot of black people out here. And he said that he met this black lady. So every time black folks see you, they want to speak to you because, you're black, And so my son was like, I met this black lady. I told her where I live. She said, oh, Lord, you live out there with them, with that white, they building a white community out there. They're white supremacists. And then my son come back to me. I said, man, what's she talking about? I said, that sounds like evil to me.
Yeah.
And then my wife go up the street to the store, and then she talked to the lady that's from there. She said, it's a white supremacist. They building some land out there. And I hope they don't run our black people away. And I was like, and so we never knew. That's it. And so I looked it up online, and I found out, they were building it, and it was like 5 minutes, and it was the same area where I was taking my kids to drive, and the people would wave at you.
Right.
So I was like, man, this is a lie. These people, they be like they don't mind black folks. They wave at you. They happy to see you. They had no hate for Nicaraguans.
Nicaragua.
Said I made, man, with moving out here was letting my people know. I had to kick my folks out, man. They just show up at my land.
Yeah.
And my mama, man, she formed the army against me. I don't even talk to her. I ain't talked to them in a year. They call me. I don't answer. They leave text messages. I don't answer.
Right on.
So they showed up. I said, what y'all show up at my house for? You come uninvited. I told them, hey, y'all can leave. They tried to speak to my kids. I said, oh, y'all get in the car. Get in the car. Don't talk to them. Oh, man. So I want to tell you, man, thank you. Thank you, Justin, for everything you do, man. I've been listening to you for a while. I also wanted to say, man, you were already doing what was right for your health. I know we watched you. We were scared when you collapsed.
Yeah.
And you were doing the right thing the old school way, where you didn't eat, so you give your body time to rest. You were already doing the right thing. That's why you look so young. You were fasting. You were drinking your coffee, and you were fasting, and it gave your body time to heal.
I think what it is, it appears that I wasn't drinking enough water. And so
yes, sir.
I've been drinking more water now with electrolytes, because I have an electrolyte.
Yes, sir.
I didn't even know about that. And so I've gotten a lot of good advice from people about that. And I find that I definitely have a little more energy now. And I tend to, when I'm preparing have my meeting with my producer in the morning time, I've been eating like a couple of boiled eggs or something. And
yes, sir.
Yeah, I got the energy now and everything. So it seems to be fine now.
Yes, sir. That's good. But I just wanted to let you know that, because I know a lot of people giving you advice. But the old school way, what you were doing, like you talked about with the water, a lot of people take the water around. They drink too much water.
Yeah.
But like you said, you only drink it when you need it.
Right.
And it's the same way with our bodies. When we were slaves or whatever, we only ate when we needed to eat.
That's
and that was good enough. And it gave your body enough time. So a lot of people out here, they eating all the time, snacking, and their body never get a chance to stop working. Their stomach always, working on food, trying to digest it. But when you're not eating, your body is, healing itself.
Right on. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that, man, and all is well, and I appreciate it. Congratulations again on your home and the life that you're living now, man.
Thank you, Jess. It's peaceful, man. It's amazing. I appreciate you, man. I just wanted to let you know, give you an update.
Right on, and stay with it, stay with it, stay with it.
Yes, sir, I will.
And I'm glad you live near the White Town only, because...
Man, I was thinking that. It's going to be amazing when they finish it.
That's right.
Jesse, I started to. They said that since they got all this publicity, they that the attorney general starting to look into them. I started to call the attorney general and say, I'm gonna speak on behalf of them. Let them finish building and let them go ahead and finish everything. And I'm a black man.
That's right, man. That's right. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you, man. And stay with it. And happy White History Month.
Happy White History. And Jesse, man, your coffee is amazing. I didn't order, my wife ordered me some for my Father's Day.
Right on.
It's amazing.
Amazing. Punchy's coffee. Right on.
Punchy's coffee.
Good to hear from. Good to hear from you, Double C.
You too, Jesse.
All right, buddy. Call me again.
All right, man.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bye now. Oh, amazing. Now by the white-only city there in Arkansas. He's so fortunate that he lives on his own land near the white city. He doesn't have to worry about crime right now. What? Let me go to Renee, our first-time caller out of New York. Renee, you are on the air.
I'm calling from Harlem, New York. And Jesse, I've been listening to you for a while. And one thing I've noticed is you don't like black people very much.
Why do you say that?
Because you love Donald Trump, but you don't like black people.
And why you say that?
Because of everything you say.
Like
everything you do.
Like what, for an example, that I say that indicates I don't love black people?
Well, you don't think there's anything called racism, for one, which is ridiculous.
You believe racism exists?
I think it's pretty evidently clear that it does exist.
And what's the proof?
Well, there's this thing called the Ku Klux Klan. Have you heard of them?
No, I'm asking you, what is the proof that
Have you heard of them?
I heard of the NAACP too. Have you heard of
No,
them?
not the NAACP, the Ku Klux Klan. Is something wrong with your hearing?
I've heard of the Ku Klux Klan, but what does that have to do with what?
Are they still around?
What does that have to do with this idea of racism?
Well, they started racism in this country because they wanted to make sure that black people didn't get civil rights, which you don't even think there is anything called civil rights.
And there is something called civil rights, but there's no such thing as civil rights. I want to, Renee, I do want to get to the civil rights thing, but give me proof that racism exists.
Well, the proof is the fact that this country wanted to hire that racist Donald Trump as president, and the man's a rapist and a racist who tried to have 5 innocent black men.
You're not giving me. Give me proof.
That's the reason, you dummy. Are you gay?
Renee,
are you gay?
Renee,
are you gay?
Renee, give me proof that racism exists.
I just did.
Give me proof, Renee.
I just did.
And where is the what other things? Oh, civil rights. What are civil rights?
What are civil rights?
Yeah.
Let's see.
What is civil rights? You said civil rights is
the right granted to civilians.
What?
Does that make sense to you?
So what now?
Listen carefully. Rights that are given to civilians.
What kind of rights?
My goodness. You're stupid. You know that, right?
What type of rights, Renee?
Are you educated? Do you have an education?
Renee, you're not. You made the statement. What are civil rights?
Rights granted to civilians, you idiot.
Like what?
The right to be heard, the right to free speech, the right to do what you want to do in this country that's supposed to be free.
So does your right come from people or God?
It comes from God and the people.
And so people gave you civil rights?
No, God gave you civil rights, and the government.
No, I'm asking you. You said your rights come from people. People have given you civil rights.
It comes from God.
No, you said.
Dummy.
You believe in God?
Do you?
Do you believe in God, Renee?
Of course I do.
Do you love white people?
No. Do you?
How is it that you believe in God and do not love white people?
Well, listen carefully, okay? God is black. Jesus is black. Does that make sense to you?
How is it that you believe in God and you don't love your fellow man? You don't love white people?
Well, that's easy to describe. In the Bible, which you don't know nothing about, God made evil and he made good. Right? You following so far? You listening?
Go ahead, Renee.
All right. There are people that were put on this planet, to do just the evil that is done around the world.
And which are you doing, good or evil?
It's in the Bible. It says,
which are you doing? Are you doing good, Renee? Are you doing good or are you doing evil?
I'm doing good.
And so to hate your fellow white people, is that good or evil?
I'm hating evil.
So in hating white people, you hate...
I'm hating evil.
Renee,
listen carefully.
Renee.
Very clearly.
To hate white people, is that good or evil? Are you doing good or evil?
That's what evil is.
What?
Duh, you're stupid.
What'd you say, Renee?
The evil is in white people, dummy.
Thank you, Renee. I got to take a break. 888-7753-773. Let me go to Florida and talk to first-time caller Lisa. Lisa, you are on the air.
Hi, Jesse Lee.
Hey, Lisa.
I'm really nervous about this.
Relax.
And very emotional. So I'm not lying. I might be crying, but I'm not lying. I promise.
All right.
I have my boyfriend, I don't know what the heck he is right now, listens to you a lot, and he speaks very highly of you. And we're having some problems because I have a lot of trust issues. And I feel like when I try to talk to him about certain things, like I'll bring up my opinion, that he becomes angry with me when I say something, when I'm just I feel like I'm just trying to carry on the conversation and say how I feel. But he doesn't seem to want to listen to that. And I don't know if it's just me that I have a problem, or if we have a problem, or what.
And your question for me is what?
How do I deal with this communication problem, I guess, that we have?
Give me an example of what you bring up that irritates him.
Okay, we were talking this morning. He was talking about he has a tendency to say women are this, women are that. And I take offense because, of course, I'm a woman, and I take offense because I think that it's putting me in putting me in the pinhole. When he was talking about something and the topic of just go be a lesbian and, do this and you're going to be an old hag by yourself for the rest of your life. And I just made the comment, I don't want to hear about lesbians. It makes me uncomfortable to hear about gays and lesbians, and it's just me. It makes me uncomfortable, and I just said that, and he went off on another tangent, and I don't know if it's me because I'm too sensitive or what. I feel like I'm just blabbering right now.
Well, one thing for sure, and without a doubt, I don't know him, I haven't talked to him that I'm aware, but all of your problems are with you and not him. And the fact that you overreact to anything that he says is an indication that something is wrong with you. And you were already screwed up when he met you. And he has nothing to do with that at all. Your problems are inside of you.
Okay. How do I deal with these problems that are inside of me? And I know you've said, forgive your mother. I don't have any unforgiveness for my mom. I really don't. I don't. I don't know if I said that right. I don't know that I have anything to forgive my mom for, is what I meant.
And why don't you
I
know that?
mean, because I think she did the best that she could with
Of
what
course.
she had.
Yeah. Was
With
she
the-
perfect?
You know, no, nobody's perfect.
What did she do that was not perfect and would irritate you?
Gosh, I don't even know. It's, probably that she would yell and get angry. Yell when she was angry, but other than that, I don't know.
And when she would yell and when she would yell during anger, what did you think about that at the time when she was doing that?
I don't really recall, honestly, because I don't remember a lot of my childhood.
Oh, and so your mother, it's all like you think she was perfect.
A person?
Perfect.
No, I don't. No, by no means did I think my mom was perfect.
And
I just
so
don't
what
have any.
does she do now? How does she control you now?
She doesn't.
Meaning what?
I mean, meaning that she's in another state. She's ill. My sister's taking care of her. I don't know. I hardly talk to my mom.
And why not?
I'm not real well, because she's hard to get on the phone, and if I call, then she'll talk. If I don't call, then I never hear from her. So it's just like, I was like, well, it takes two. I get it, to make a relationship of any kind work, it takes two. It can't just be one-sided. So I just got tired of being the only one to call, and she would never, if she didn't answer the phone, then I would never hear from her. Now, when I see her, it's a totally different situation. She's all involved and stuff. It's just not, she's not one to, I guess, put herself out there and call. So
Why
I
do you
don't know.
think that she never called you?
I think that's just her. She doesn't call any of us.
And how do you feel about her not calling you?
At first, I thought it was me, but then it's like, that's just who she is, and I can't worry about it.
And how do you feel about your father?
I never knew my father.
Why not?
My mom and he divorced when I was 18 months old, and he passed away when I was 16.
Oh, man. Here's what I recommend. Do what you want. I want to encourage you to get to know yourself and watch this anger that's inside of you in your mind and emotions, so you can see that you do resent your mother. And I'm telling you that you do. And you're right. She did the best that she could. But as kids, we don't know that. We just react to the anger or the control, or the mother's too mothery. Once we react to that, we become like them. And so see what's going on inside of you and forgive her before she dies. It's harder when she dies, but forgive her for what she's done to you. God will forgive you, and forgive your father for not protecting you from her. And he did the best he could as well. And then do the silent prayer so you could overcome the hell that's in you. You're insecure. You're looking for love from a man. You are desperate. And it's not going to change until you overcome the anger.
Okay. Do you have, other than forgiving my mom and my dad, and sorry, like I said, it's very emotional. Other than that and doing the silent prayer, how do I get rid of the anger? Is that, I mean, it's
when you see,
I don't know that it was.
When you see that you have the anger, you're going to know that it's wrong, and that anger is holding you back in life. You're not yourself. You are your thoughts, you're your emotions, you're up and down, you're this and that. And you're not the anger, but you have identified as the anger. When you see it, it will be taken away from you. And the light that shows you the anger, which is the spirit of God, the truth, it will guide you through the rest of your life. You'll be free, and you will just live your life. Whether you have a man or not, it won't make a difference. Because you will have perfect love. You will not be empty anymore.
Okay.
And so drop the anger by for realizing I got to forgive. I'm wrong for being angry. And I promise you the truth that will show you that when you're ready to see it, it will make you free. And once you see it, I really want to encourage you, you got to forgive your mother so God can forgive you. Don't ask your mother for forgiveness, but forgive her, and God will forgive you. Did you have a stepfather or something growing up?
For about, I think, 5-10 years.
And how did you get along with him?
He was narcissistic, mean, abusive.
And what did your mother do about that when you would tell her to help you deal with him?
She finally divorced him.
And would she help you deal with him while you were with him?
He was not abusive to me or my other siblings. He was more abusive towards my mom.
But so why would that bother you? It was not too. I thought he was toward you. He treated you well.
No, he didn't. He just was almost like non-existent.
Right.
As far as I remember, he was never.
And did she marry somebody else after he left?
No.
Okay.
No, and I was divorced. I was married for 23 years, got divorced, and then I didn't start dating for a good 12 years after my divorce.
Hold on for a minute, okay? Can you hold for a minute?
Yes.
888-77 Jesse. Let me go back to Lisa, our first-time caller out of Florida. So, Lisa, you got to drop the anger by seeing how you became that way. But you said that you've been married before?
Yeah, I was married for 23 years.
And do you have children?
I have 2 adult children.
Really? And how old are you?
58.
So why do you have a boyfriend?
I don't know. Because I wanted somebody to spend the rest, spend time with and go places with. And instead of being alone, my kids are grown, my grandkids are big, and I thought it would be nice to have somebody to spend, I guess, the rest of my years together.
And what's wrong with you that you needed that?
I don't know, and I don't know, because like I had said, I had been, after my divorce, I didn't start dating for 12 years after my divorce. So I don't know why I decided that I needed to put myself out there. But I felt like I did.
But are you, is he older than you?
About 6 years.
Older than you?
Yeah.
And so now, and you, it sounds like you live with him too. Or
yes.
You live with him, right?
Yes.
And since you already have children and grandchildren, and you said you wanted somebody to go out with, kind of hang out with, and all that, why did you have to live with him?
Because I was in Phoenix and we moved here, and it's just more economically sound to be able to live in Florida on the beach by living with someone.
And now that how long you been living with him?
About 8 months.
And so now, beforehand, you thought that you need to have somebody, you got to have somebody to be with, you don't want to die alone. And now that you live with him, what do you think about your decision to move in with him and look for someone to make you feel good? What do you think about that now? Is it working?
No, it's not working right now.
And if it's not working, why do you stay in that situation knowing that it's not working and it's not going to work? Why do you stay there?
Because I want to stay in Florida. And I can't afford it myself. And he has there's so many great qualities about him that I want it to work.
But the problem is
More
not
than-
with him, it's with you. He got his own
Right.
problem, which has nothing to do with you. The problems are
Correct.
with you. Why don't you get a job? You can't. You're not able to work.
Yeah, I retired after teaching for 26 years, and it just kind of burned me out on working.
And so you stand in this situation knowing that it's not working and it's not going to work. You stand in the situation so you can live in Florida at the beach.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
So why are you saying it's not going to work?
What is it about it that can make it work?
I don't know. Perseverance,
What does that mean?
trying, wanting it to work, wanting to hang out together, wanting to be with someone. I don't know.
And what made you think that you're supposed to try to make a relationship work? What made you think that in order for a relationship to work, you got to put effort into it? Where did you get that idea from?
That's what I always thought. In order for a relationship to work, you had to work at it.
And where did you get that from? That idea from? And you've never seen a relationship work where people work at it to make it work. They never work. Where did you, and have you ever, any relationship ever worked in your life that you tried to make work?
No.
And so why do you keep doing the same old thing over and over again? You get it into these relationships and you try to make them work. Why do you keep repeating the same thing over and over again?
It doesn't make sense. I see where you're coming from.
No, that was a question.
Oh, I guess I just don't want to be alone.
And so you know that you can't make a relationship work. Either work naturally by itself without effort or it's not going to work. So you're trying to make relationship work because you don't want to be alone, right?
Right.
And you have this false hope that it's going to work when you know it's not going to work because you're trying to make it work. That makes sense?
Yes.
That you try to make it work knowing it's not going to work because you don't want to be alone?
Well, I just, essentially, if I want it to work, I just got to quit trying to make it work. Just let it go.
And what's wrong with you that you don't want to be alone? You're alone anyway. What's wrong with you that you don't want to be alone?
I don't know. Nothing's wrong with me.
Yeah, something wrong with you. What is wrong with you that you can't live with you?
I don't know. Like I said, I did it for 12 years. I don't know why I can't do it now.
So why aren't you working on yourself to understand all that? Instead of trying to make a relationship work that you know is not going to work because you're trying to make it work because you don't want to be alone, why not get alone and start to work on you?
Honestly, I've been trying. It's just, I guess it's slow go for me.
You've been trying in what way?
Just different things, just looking at different things, reading. Like one of them is how to forgive what you can't forget. And
that's dumb.
Just,
why don't you go work on you, forgive your mother, forgive your father by seeing that you have this resentment, and let God forgive you and start renewing your mind, because you're living in your imagination, you're living in hell. Let me ask you this. Who are you?
Who am I?
No, who are you?
I don't know. A person. I know you've asked this question to different people. It's like, I don't know. How do you answer that? I don't know who I am.
Then you don't know who you are. Right?
Right.
And so who is crying?
A messed up mess. This is stupid, I know.
Who is crying?
I am.
And who are you?
Right. I'm Lisa. I'm who I am.
That's your name.
An
Who are
emotional,
you?
an emotional wreck.
So are
I
you?
don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I know you. I watched you with Kanye the other day, and it's like he's telling you all these things that he's a father, he's this, he's that. It's like, who are you? And I'm like, I don't know who I am, because I would be naming the same things as he would be.
And so who is crying then?
I am.
And who are you?
I'm a person.
But who is crying? You said I am crying. Who is crying?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't
So then why do you say I am crying, since you don't know who is crying?
Oh, if I don't know who I am, other than a mother and a grandmother, a friend, I don't. It's kind of stupid. I mean, really, you think
so
about it,
when
it's kind of stupid.
When you say I am crying, who is crying? You don't know who you are, but you claim you are crying. Who is crying?
This emotional mess that I am.
And are you your emotions?
No, I'm not my emotions.
And so, are you your thoughts?
No.
And so, why do you listen to the thoughts that tell you, get with these men and make this relationship work? Why do you keep worshiping the devil by listening to him suggestion after suggestion, knowing that he's laughing at you, and then you cry? Why do you keep listening to thoughts?
I don't know. So are you saying that just to be alone, for everybody just to be alone?
We're talking about you right now.
I know. I know.
But you are alone trying to make somebody love you, and that's never going to work. You don't even love yourself. And so when I say when she's crying, she's lying, because you don't even know who's crying. And you think you're crying and you're lying. You are not crying. This false image of self is crying, and that's not you. So you're lying.
Okay. That's a little bit hard to understand. I mean, like, I know it's more philosophical, but it's like I have a little bit of a difficulty understanding that.
That's why you need to get it and understand it by getting to know yourself. Everything you're looking for is inside of you, not inside of someone else. For you, it's inside of you. The kingdom of heaven, perfect peace, is inside of you. But you're living a fake life. You're living an illusionary life, and you try to make that work, and it's never going to work.
Okay.
Your boyfriend,
You're right.
your boyfriend is not your problem. You are your own problem because you're living in the darkness of your imagination and emotions, and you're calling them you. And the only reason you're crying, this fake you crying because you want to control someone. You want things to be the way you want them to be. And you're trying to control.
That's what he tells me.
Yeah, that's why you cry. Or the fake you crying because you want control. If this man did what you wanted him to do, you stop crying, right?
Probably, yeah.
And so so do you see your fake tears are just there to control this man? Poor me. I can't get control over him. I yell at him, that doesn't work. I give him sex, that doesn't work. I make his food, that doesn't work. I cry.
That doesn't work.
And that doesn't work. Because you got a man that sounds like he's working on himself now. He's not going to fall for the lie.
You're absolutely right. He is working on himself, and he doesn't fall for anything that I do.
Yeah, because he's becoming free. Why don't you work on yourself? Why don't you become whole instead of divided with thoughts and emotions and false identity? Everything about you is fake right now. There's nothing real about you. You don't love that man, and he doesn't love you, and it's just all fake.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Well, it's kind of hard hearing that he doesn't love me, and
You already know he doesn't. And you don't love him.
He tells me he does.
Well, he may love you now with the right love because he's working on himself. So he's telling you the truth, and you're taking the truth personal. You're hating the truth. How will the truth save you if you hate the truth?
Can't save you if you hate it.
And you hate it. That's why you cry and try to manipulate the man, because you hate the truth. If you love the truth, and when he told you the truth, no matter how painful it is to the ego, you'll be glad to hear it so you can die from this false self.
Okay.
Have you apologized to your kid for screwing them up?
No, I have a couple of times, I think.
You told them?
Yeah, I have.
You told them?
Yes.
That you were sorry for screwing them up?
Yep.
You did?
Well, I guess I didn't tell them I was sorry for screwing them up. I have told them that I'm sorry if I did the best I could. I did tell them that with what I had. But
Absolutely. Just as your mother done you, and you're repeating it. You're not yourself. And see, now that these tears are not, they're all lies. You're crying to manipulate. The real you is not crying. The fake you is crying because you want to control the man. And you won't say to him, you know what, I'm crying because I want to control you and I can't. I give you sex. That doesn't work. I'm crying because I'm trying to get control over you. Everything about you is a lie.
yeah. I'm sorry. I got sidetracked. I was looking at somebody's message. She likes spend someone else's money. That's a diss on me.
What
I don't spend
messages?
somebody else's money. The ones that, like on the chat, the live chat, it just said.
Why
she's,
are you
like,
looking
spending
at the
somebody
chat
else's-
right now? This is never look at the
Because
chat.
I'm a little ADD, but I don't spend.
Lisa.
We split everything.
Lisa.
Sorry.
Lisa,
Yes.
you're not serious.
I'm sorry. I do have this issue with. That's one of my.
I just told
other
you the
issues.
truth about yourself, and you're sitting there looking at a chat. And once again, you resisted the truth. So you just need to suffer and die because you love your misery. You love your hell. That's why you're crying. You love the thrill of crying. You love the thrill of looking at chat and see what they're saying about you. You love.
No, I disagree with that. I don't love to cry. I get tired. I don't want to cry.
If you
I
didn't
don't.
love
I
to
wanna
cry,
be
why don't you
strong.
stop then?
Not always as easy as just turning it on or turning it off. I mean, unfortunately, they turn on real fast.
Because
Turn
you
it
love
off.
it.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Then why do you do it? If you were not trying to control that man, you wouldn't be crying.
But he's not even around me. How can I be trying to control him if he's not around me
It's
right
in
now?
your mind.
Okay.
You listen to the devil, and he's telling you,
So how
this man don't love you. This man, this man, and you're crying. And even though he's not physically there, he's in your imagination.
Okay. I appreciate that. I honestly do, because I'm like, I wasn't getting it. How can I be trying to control somebody that's not even within my vicinity? I'm like, that doesn't work, but okay.
So
That makes sense.
So now do you see why I say when she's crying, she's lying?
Yes, I do. And that's honestly, that's really hard to hear, because I know like if I get frustrated or angry, the tears just come, because I guess I've never dealt with how to handle, obviously, my anger. So that makes sense.
And you love the thrill of crying. That's why you cry. It's a thrill.
No, because it makes you ugly.
I know,
Crying doesn't make you pretty.
But it still gives you a thrill. It's a thrill to cry. The pain of crying is a thrill. That's why you do it. And then the pain of not crying when you're feeling fake happiness is another thrill. And then you go back to crying or being mad. That's a thrill. And you're up and down with thrills. And that's what you love. That's why you're doing it. Otherwise, you would stop it and fall away from it and start loving thrills.
Okay. That's a lot to take in.
Meaning what?
Just a lot of, because I've always told myself that I do this because of this, instead of saying, okay, I'm crying, I'm angry, so I'm crying. Well, I have to fix the anger so I have to figure out, I need to figure out how to forgive my mom and even know why I'm forgiving her.
Yeah.
Forgive my father. And even when I've never had feelings towards my father one way or the other. He was never there for me. I was like, okay, whatever. So it's
inwardly, you still wanted him. That boy you had was about your father, and your mother ran him off.
Okay.
Your mother was hell to deal with, for your father to deal with, and she ran him off.
Possibly.
Yeah. But let me just say this: when you say you tell yourself why you're crying, what self are you telling? Who is the self that's telling self that?
Well, sometimes I just talking to you, I'll just start, tears just start coming down for no reason. There's no reason.
Yes,
and
it
I'll
is. You love the thrill of crying.
And then it's not conscious.
Right. That's the problem. You're unconscious. Even talking to yourself, you're not talking to you. That's the spirit of evil in your imagination talking into you, and you tell yourself it's you talking to you. That makes sense? Why would you tell yourself these things?
That's true. I never thought of it that way.
And your problem is that's why you're in all these relationships trying to make them work. You keep listening to thoughts, and thoughts produces thoughts, and spirit produces spirit. Spiritually, you're not growing up at all, but you're growing deeper and deeper into hell, which are thoughts and emotions.
Okay.
Why don't you stop thinking?
Believe me, I'd love to stop thinking.
Why don't you stop then?
I guess I just need to be busier so I can.
No, busier is not going to do it. What would happen if you stopped thinking?
Then I wouldn't be reacting. I wouldn't be upset.
So why don't you stop then?
I don't know how.
What would happen to you if you dropped the anger and never be angry again?
Life would be great.
So why don't you do that?
I guess I just feel like it's easier said than done.
You don't know. You haven't even tried. Your boyfriend is even telling you to try. You won't even try.
I have tried, and I think I'm doing really well, and then all of a sudden I get triggered for no reason whatsoever.
Because you say you think you're doing well, right?
Yeah.
And what's wrong with thinking?
You got to stop thinking.
All thoughts are all lies all the time. The fact that you think you're doing well means you're not doing well. You're in a thought.
Right.
What will happen because of time if you never were you again?
Gosh, I don't know. If I was not me, I don't know who I would be.
I'm sorry?
That's kind of deep if you're interesting.
And if you were never you again, you don't know who you would be?
Right, I don't know who I would be.
And who are you now?
Right now, I'm a mess, I guess.
Who
An
are
angry
you?
person. I'm an angry person. I need to get rid of that.
So are you your anger?
No,
And are you your thoughts?
no,
Emotions? Are you your emotions?
no.
So then who are you?
I'm just me.
Why don't you stop being you so you can discover who you are?
Okay.
So here's what I recommend. Are you doing the silent prayer at all?
No, I've not done it. I've heard of it. I have not done it. I don't
Did your
believe.
boyfriend suggest that you do it?
Yes, numerous times.
And why did you obey him?
Because I want to please him.
No, you want to control him. If you wanted to please him, you would have done the prayer.
Okay.
What do you mean you want to please him?
Okay, he did tell me to call you, and I'm like, and then I did, and then I was like totally shocked that I actually got through.
So why didn't you obey him when he suggested that you do the silent prayer so you can get to know yourself?
I'm probably scared.
Of what?
I don't know. That he's right. I don't know.
And you, in closing, you don't love him. You want to live at the beach without having to work.
Say that again?
You don't love this man at all. You want to live at a beach in Florida.
No, I can always go back home. That's the thing.
Well, why have you gone then?
I want to live at the beach, like you said,
I rest
and
my case.
I actually really do love this person. I know that nobody's perfect. And
How do you love, and where are you getting this love from that you love him with?
where am I getting it from?
Yeah.
From my heart?
Your
from
heart
my heart?
is wicked. You have no love in your heart. Where are you getting this
No.
love from that you love
He
him
says
with?
that too. See, I guess that's why I get so
Angry
why does
people are wicked people.
But why? I guess that's something I really need to work on.
Lisa,
Because
you do the silent prayer, work on yourself, and call me back.
okay.
All right. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Goodbye.